Last year's Moto G4 Plus brings up mixed emotions in me. I couldn't just recommend it because of the chip underneath and the heating and throttling issues that it brought with it. At the same time, I couldn't not recommend it because of that amazing camera. So all these months, we kept recommending it with an asterisk, like what Airtel does on their plans, kinda. When we get a question like, what's the best camera on a smartphone in the 15K price segment? The answer's always been the Moto G4 Plus, but remember the chip is not great, blah blah blah. So now the G5 Plus is here. What's changed? Has Moto fixed the issues that plagued the G4 Plus? Is this a worthy upgrade? If you have a G4 Plus, should you run out and buy a G5 Plus? Well, let's find out in this video. But before we do, if this is your first time here, or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, this is C4E Tech, and you're watching our full comparison of the Moto G4 Plus with the all-new Moto G5 Plus. Let's get started. With a built-in design, this is totally dependent on personal preference. For me, the G5 Plus is smaller. I like that it's got metal, but the rubberized back of the G4 Plus just helped with the grip a lot. Despite the G4 Plus being thicker and as heavy as the G5 Plus, it just feels better in hand for me. Again, the display is smaller here, 5.2 inches, but the bezels are actually larger and the overall footprint doesn't feel all that different. Also, the plastic ring running around the G5 Plus makes it look like a Samsung mid-ranger from 2013. So with the G5 Plus, I feel we've gone one step forward with the metal and whatnot, but 2 steps back with everything else. So over here, as far as build is concerned, I'll go with the G4 Plus. And oh yeah, the G4 Plus also has the Moto dimple, so that's worth something, right? Anyway, that said, underneath the hood, the G5 Plus nails it. The Snapdragon 625 is a pleasure to use. Now, with the G4 Plus, we've had a lot of issues over the months given the 617 chip underneath. So it is prone to overheating, the phone gets quite warm. As a result of that, there are throttling issues, so the performance suffers and the G4 Plus gets stuttery. Now with updates over time, it's been reduced, but even then there's only so much that software can do, right? The problem was always the subpar hardware underneath. So with the G5 Plus, they've gone with the 625, which is an excellent chip. It's built on the 14nm FinFET process, so it stays cool, exhibits no signs of overheating, so no throttling, no stuttering. Even with gaming, it holds up very well. So this is a substantial improvement, and just for the chip, you can actually upgrade from the G4 Plus to the G5 Plus. But that's not the only reason. There are others too, like say battery life. Initially, when the G4 Plus came out, the battery life was not bad at all. But in recent times, especially after the Nougat update, the battery life's gotten quite bad. The G5 Plus, again thanks to that super efficient 625 chip inside, performs really well. You can get about 30 to 40% better battery life with the G5 Plus when compared to the G4 Plus. With moderate usage, you should have no issues getting through a day on a single charge. Now, as far as camera is concerned, I actually have a dedicated video on that, taking a look at the camera performance that the G5 Plus brings to the table and how it stacks up when compared to its already impressive predecessor. Now, long story short, the G5 Plus fares better for the most part. This is an excellent camera. It's also worth noting that while the G5 Plus can shoot 4K videos at 30 frames per second and 1080 at 60 FPS, the G4 Plus is restricted to 1080p at 30 FPS. As far as software goes, both phones run on an almost stockish build of Android 7 Nougat with very few differences. The major one is the one-button navigation on the G5 Plus. So here you can swipe that fingerprint scanner left to go back, right to open recent apps. You get a tap once for home, press and hold to turn the display off, press and hold longer for Google Assistant. It's a neat little addition. Now, barring that, the feature list is quite similar, but the user experience on the G5 Plus is way better. Whether apps or games, everything loads a lot faster here. Also, the user interface feels smoother, more consistent. While the G4 Plus currently retails for 12,500 rupees and the G5 Plus starts at 15,000 rupees for the 316 variant. So yes, the G4 Plus does have a price advantage, but if you are looking to choose between these two, there's no question the G5 Plus, despite the weaker build, the smaller display, the higher price tag, is the way to go. But that's not what this video is about. That makes sense, right? The newer phone is better than the older phone. The question here is, what if you already have a G4 Plus? Should you upgrade to the G5 Plus? I don't think that I've ever recommended a single generation upgrade here on C4 Tech, but I guess there's always a first time for everything. And given the chip underneath and how much better the G5 Plus feels to use, I'd have to say yes. If you are looking to upgrade, please do. The G5 Plus packs in enough improvements to make it a worthy upgrade over the G4 Plus. So that's it for this quick comparison. Do you agree with what I've had to say in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to pick either of these phones up, I don't know why you'd want to pick a G4 Plus now, but to each his own. If you want to pick either of these phones, I'll leave direct links in the description. Use them if you want to help the channel out. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, vote it down if you didn't. For more videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed, do this to make sure you get notified each time a new video goes live here on C4 Tech. So thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from C4 Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.